Firstly, I want to introduce myself. I am Aditya V, and with other authors from VIT University, School of Computer Science and Engineering. And I want to present my paper, Evaluation of Cloud-Based Mobile App Testing. So basically, mobile app testing is testing of mobile apps. People download the apps and install them in their devices, like from Apple Store and Google Store. So basically, when a developer develops an app and he publishes his app, or he actually before putting his app into the App Store, he basically requests the owner of the App Store to actually test his app. So the Android, or what we say, the Google and Windows, which is owned by Microsoft, and the Apple Store, which is owned by, of course, Apple Inc. So they actually test those apps for the presence of, like functionality testing and library testing, memory testing, interrupt testing, and even viruses also. App testing is like we can perform it like physically also. We can actually gather four or five mobiles and we can test them. But the thing is that it's not feasible for those testers. So what they do is they actually check them in the cloud in the sense online, or we can say. So that's basically cloud-based mobile apps testing. So our basic ideology is that how many people, or how many different types of technical persons, like professors and scientists, or many industrial field persons, introduced many new techniques, or they actually they promoted the field, or they contributed to the growth of the field through their techniques. We are reviewing what they did, and also I'm going to explain you the challenges, or the complications still left even after the contributions of such great persons. First and foremost is we have to test all the layers, like different different servers, different database integrity, and different network connections. In the all the layers, we have to check all the. Second thing is enslavement by the internet. Applications or apps. Apps, they are not actually mounted in nearby environments. They are actually user environments, or we can say, I may have a slow smartphone, and you people may have the fast smartphones or the recent smartphones. So the tester has to actually test whether it is working better in both the slow one and the the fast and robust and sophisticated one. So the third one is information security. That's the basic, and or we could say that's a fundamental issue presently prevailing in the challenges of mobile app testing. That's basically we pass the information, we have Flipkart, Facebook, and Myntra, we can say, or Netflix. So basically information passes through them. Users send them to the servers, and the information receives back to them. So they must secure access to them. Now I'm going to explain the types of testing of mobile applications on cloud. First and foremost is latency testing. In an app, when data is passed to the server, and once it returns back, we have to check whether there is any latency or dormancy, any kind of time lapse between those receiving and sending and receiving. And the second one is load and performance testing. Like smartphone apps, we complain, users complain apps are not functioning properly, app is taking so much RAM, performance is decreasing due to this app. So we have to check all these things. So that's actually load and performance testing. And third one is functional testing. Now we have to test the functionality of the app, whether it is actually useful, or whether it is actually intending to deliver the service as it is advertised by the developer. There are actually many types of testing. But these are the most foremost testing techniques which are needed and are used by the industry. We actually gathered the reference papers from ACM Digital Library, IEEE Explore, like Springer, LNCS, Google Scholar, and Inspect. These are actually the best sites for gathering research papers, or gathering information. We have been observing that the research papers which are related to software engineering, they are actually more allied than me being engrossed towards a cloud-based software testing. There are the many authors and their areas and keywords which they have actually done. I have actually listed these. I'm going to explain tools and techniques for mobile apps testing in the cloud, and we can use device emulators like BlueStacks for Android applications and iPadium for iOS apps. And like for Windows, we don't need anything like that because we all use Windows. There is an actual tool, security authentication tool called App Inspector, which is like scrutinizer of the applications. Recently, the recent technology or recent approach is basically about cloud. So basically our motivation is that the like traditional techniques or outmoded testing approaches, they actually need high budget, time, and high resources, or high-end resources. So like this is where like cloud computing enters into the game, and really due to the contribution of these eminent authors, the cloud-based testing has actually developed into a great field of technology now, and mostly like testings are being done in the cloud, like due to the increase in the amount of technology and things. So I want to conclude this our presentation by saying that like cloud computing changes the benefits of cloud testing as well as mobile apps testing. So mobile computing. So like we actually delivered in this paper the techniques what we do, and the review of what other authors contributed to the field, and what the tools and techniques, and the types of testing actually. Types of testing of mobile applications in the cloud. So thank you very much for granting us this great opportunity to present our paper before eminent people like you. So taking off. Thank you and have a nice day.